What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I don't know if I made this announcement yesterday. I thanked everybody for helping me reach 25,000 subscribers. Well, today, just a little over 24 hours from that announcement, we are about to hit 30,000 subscribers in the next 2 hours. That is truly amazing. I appreciate everybody's support. As always, like you guys know that. And I want to move into this story real fast. Now, I've made a lot of videos on Carlee Russell because, I mean, honestly, this wasn't just something to talk about. You know, this is something that shocked America. And honestly, I really cared. And I'm still a little bitter that I was taken for a fool, like a lot of other people that had her in their thoughts and prayers. Now, I've clowned her and everything else, and I'm done with that. But it's still some seriousness to this, and this is not over yet, guys. Think about it. The elaborate story she told that's very see-through and transparent, and she still hasn't came out and made a statement, which the police are still making her, holding true. Hey, we're not going to give up until you talk to us, and admit the wrong that you did. My opinion, Carlee Russell needs to come clean, and so do her parents. This is a classic example, guys, of when somebody's spoiled and coddled by their parents. No matter what's going to happen, we'll have your back, instead of chastising the grown child and saying, hey, you know what? You're going to have to deal with this. You on your own because if you really look at it, in a way, part of it, they were fooled too, which is not cool. So I don't even know why they riding with this dumb stuff. But that shows a lot about her character and what they expect of their child if they're going to support that, meaning she did crazy stuff in the past as well. Reason why I'm doing this video is this. I just seen the local news do a story on whether they're going to press charges against her or not. And I honestly believe that they can't let this go. And this news article, this news video will show you why, and we'll come back and talk about it. Check it out.
These new revelations could take this investigation in a new direction.
WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn following this for us. Police say this investigation is still ongoing, Aaron, but this new evidence, pretty curious.
Yes, guys, Sherry, the new evidence is very interesting. Now, as you said, Hoover Police Chief Nick Durza says that the department has not decided if a crime has been committed yet. But while they are still investigating, I talked to one legal expert about the possibility of consequences for this case.
I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Hoover Police releasing new details Wednesday in the disappearance of Carlee Russell. The 25-year-old went missing for 49 hours last week after calling 911 about a toddler on Interstate 459. The new details leaving many with more questions than answers, especially after police revealed searches on Carlee's cell phone.
All of these kinds of Google searches the night before this happened would certainly, I think anyone would agree, would be quite coincidental.
Police revealing there was no evidence of a child on the interstate that was called into 911, which attorney Richard Jaffe says could lead to possible charges.
The statute actually goes a little further than that because it puts into it a person that files a false report or causes a false report to be filed.
Hoover Police Chief Nick Durza says the search for Carlee required help from several law enforcement agencies. He says every possible tip that could have led to finding her was taken seriously, and that takes a lot of effort.
We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Jaffe estimates the search for Carlee and the reported toddler she says she saw on the interstate could come with a six-figure price tag.
If someone misled authorities, causing them to expend tens of thousands of dollars in tax money and man time, woman time. There are certainly civil penalties that would occur.
And Jaffe says this investigation isn't over yet, but
Ultimately, I think the truth will be revealed.
Now, police say that they are still waiting to talk to Carlee again, but they say they are ready to hear what she has to say when she's ready. And you can expect us to keep you updated right here on WVTM 13.
And guys, that was the news clip. And it's not really a lot that we can't say as a community on this channel that we haven't said already, either from me saying it or in the comments. But one thing's for sure. This is embarrassing, and it shouldn't have had to happen. And what little faith she has, she can still save if she comes out and just makes a public statement or just goes through it. You know what I'm saying? The embarrassment can't get any worse than it is right now for this young lady and her family. And we can't leave them out because they back this BS. Honestly, can't leave it out. And what's messed up is people are missing still right now. Amber alerts are still going off on my phone and yours. And she's sitting home faking the whole thing. Her family won't let the police talk to her. You're a 25-year-old woman. Your parents shouldn't be in front of you, and you up there and hiding, still acting like you shook up over a fictitious kidnapper and a baby that's a ghost. Did you guys look? The reason why I showed this news clip, did you guys look at how high that grass was? It was up to them grown men's knees. So that means if that baby was 3 or 4 years old, like she said, she barely seen his head and shoulders. Think about it. At night, what comes out? A lot of animals. Why would a baby, and the guy said this in the interview yesterday, the chief of police, and I give him credit. He said a baby running 600 yards on the side of a highway with cars whizzing by, nobody seen him, and he never turned and went to the highway in danger and put himself in danger. He chose to run in high grass full of ticks and prey animals in a diaper barefoot rather than going to the road as a normal human being would be to get out of that grass and possibly get hit. She didn't think this through thoroughly. She didn't. This is a public embarrassment on her, and a lot of other people feel a certain way because they believe this cockamamie story. It's crazy. This is crazy. I was going to make a video later on today, to see what came out in the news and say, you know what? As long as she doesn't speak, she won't face jail time. After hearing what they said, she gonna have to talk. Even if they might have to get a subpoena or whatever to make her talk to them, they will. This has brought a stain on the city of Hoover and everybody that has tried to help this girl. And really, let's keep it real. This is a black woman that made national news, and a lot of white volunteers and everything was out there. And for you to blame white folks is messed up. It is. Like I said in my video yesterday, this is just like back in the day. They used to blame black men and black women for stuff back in the days to cover up their own dirt. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a believable story. And she did the same thing. That's not fair. That's not fair. And we got to call that out. And that's one of the main reasons I don't like this. We sit around and we call all this racial injustice and stuff like that. You ain't heard no black activists shitting on this girl for what she did that makes everybody of color look a certain way. Like I said yesterday, us as a community, black community, took an L whether we liked it or not. Because this is one of the stupidest fake kidnapping things we've ever seen, and it's a black woman behind it. Think about this. This is how I look at it. Imagine going on a trip, right? You go on a trip. How'd you get there? Got there by truck. When you start asking questions that normal people would know about that went on a trip, I can't remember. You remember how you got there. You remember when you first got off. You said you was there overnight. What did you do? I can't remember. What did it look like when you were there? I can't remember. See the game? How come nobody in her corner, instead of coddling her, is telling her, hey, listen, we gotta do and say something. Parents, here you got a man and a woman in the house, mother and father, nuclear family. Can any of y'all put your heads together and come through this? You put your heads together quick and told lies to cover her up. The police ain't the bad guy. The demon's in your own damn house. And you fund this devilment. Let's keep it real. This is truly, truly disturbing. She came out of the woods, but you ain't out the woods yet. You're not. And Hoover PD is not going to let you get away with this. Did you hear what they said? The price tag is in excess of 6 figures of taxpayer dollars. So everybody that pays taxes and tolls in Hoover, if they have all of that stuff, you involved. So everybody got a voice. Think about it. I would be upset if something like this happened in Houston. I would be upset because I pay taxes here. I got to fund this lie. And then all of a sudden, let's let it go. Can't let it go. Can't. You can't. This is a messed up scenario. And it's all her fault because she don't want to tell where she was at. She's going to face some type of penalty. She is. And I think her family is too, because they're interfering with a police investigation. As minor as the infraction is, something needs to happen to them. You heard what he said. They use a lot of manpower. And the chief of police can only say so much to avoid a lawsuit. And he can't say what he want to say. Just like on YouTube, a lot of us can't say what we really want to say. But all in all, it's a bad look. We already talked about it. And we'll see in the coming days if she comes out and makes a statement. Because, I mean, it can't get no worse than this, man. We got comedians clowning her, TMZ clowning her. Every national news network got their own spin on the same thing. She's a liar. Carlee, you can't get no more embarrassed than you are right now. So you might as well come out until the next story comes and takes your place and just deal with it. But like I said, this is a lesson learned. You got kids, you cannot be babying them and coddling them and spoiling them as grown people living in your own house, because this type of stuff is what happens. For real. And shame on the parents for going out there. See, the parents messed up when they went on TV. That's when I think the Hoover PD was like, you know what? They'll talk to them, but they won't let her talk to us. That's it. Tomorrow, we're going to make the mistake. Because think about it. They weren't in the news. That next day, Hoover PD was still sitting there like, hey, wait a minute. You know, we're trying to give you time. Soon as that story broke, and I'm trying to look at the timeline. Soon as the story broke with her on TV, them on TV, Hoover PD said, you know what? That's enough. Let's go. Get on here. Tomorrow we're going to make, that's why I knew they was going to make a statement. 2:30. Tomorrow, 2:30. We're going to come out. Let it all hang out. Let them sort out this foolishness that they in. Now, everybody look bad. People don't even know how to lie right, which they shouldn't be lying at all. And that's facts. Remember when they were searching for him, they was talking Friday and the parents was out there talking? I think they knew a little bit about this then, because they said, what about Carlee? You know, normally if a person is abducted and you're worried, it would be more emotion and all this stuff. I think they got a hint or something where she might have called from that guy's phone or whoever she was with's phone and said, Mom and them, I'm okay. But it was too late and they had to go along with the story. And the reason why I say that is when they was talking and she was talking about, oh, she was going to give me her food and I wanted to give her a big hug. And I said certain times they were speaking, the man and woman, the husband and wife, they spoke in unison because they knew something. She's a fighter. She's fighting right now. Think about that. She's fighting right now. How you know your daughter alive or dead when you sitting there saying she's fighting right now? It was like they was giving subliminal messages that they knew something, and they knew she was alive, and they knew somewhat that she wasn't in peril. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If my daughter was missing, my baby, you understand what I'm saying? I would be beside myself. I wouldn't even be on TV. I'd be in the house going crazy every second, wondering what's happening to my child. Are they doing it a certain way? Is she alive? Was she calling for me? That's why I take this story personally. And a lot of you will be out there because you be beside yourself. They showed no signs of that. The mom with her fake theatrics and the dad just sitting there. And all of a sudden you saying little hints. Oh, she's fighting. She's fighting right now for her life. How you know that? You remember eating crackers and all these little stupid intangibles, but you don't remember if they touched you or not. As a woman, that would be the first thing you remember, because that would be horrific to be violated in that way. That's like somebody being R-worded and don't remember the process of being R-worded. See the game? This is silly. Carlee, you need to come clean. And whatever happens, happens. You know, if you was a man, I'd say man up, but you need to woman up. Put your big girl pants on and accept this whole thing that you caused. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. Guys, comment. Tell me if you agree or disagree with what I said. You know this is the people's channel. You guys got to say here. And I want to hear from you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.